Let's be honest, something strange is happening. More and more men are walking away from the traditional path. No wife, no kids, no mortgage, no drama. And not because they can't get a woman, that's the outdated insult. They're choosing freedom on purpose. They've looked at the modern dating dynamics, the emotional toll, the financial risks, and quietly said, "Nah, I'm good." This isn't just rebellion, it's strategy. In a world where being a man often feels like carrying invisible weights, expectations, debt, pressure to perform, some are dropping the baggage altogether. They're waking up to the cost of relationships for men, the burnout from always chasing validation, and asking, what if peace is more valuable than partnership? This isn't about hating women, it's about loving yourself enough to avoid toxic relationships and embrace emotional freedom. The single man lifestyle isn't just plan B, it's starting to look like the better plan A. Now maybe this sounds bold, maybe even a little controversial, but give it 10 minutes, and I'll show you why men choosing peace, solitude, and independence isn't just a trend. It's a movement. A quiet revolution against burnout, drama, and outdated ideas of masculinity. So if you've ever felt like you're stuck in a script you didn't write, stay with me. What you'll hear today might just give you permission to rewrite it. The modern dating landscape. Why it's pushing men away. Today's dating scene isn't what it used to be. Swipe apps, ghosting, unrealistic expectations. It's a minefield. Many men feel like they're constantly being tested, not loved. It's less about connection and more about negotiation. What can you offer me becomes the silent question on every date. And with all this pressure, is it any wonder some men are choosing the peaceful, single life over emotionally taxing relationships? Take Josh, a 34-year-old freelance designer. After 3 back-to-back relationships left him emotionally drained and financially strained, he said enough is enough. He started prioritizing his mental health, rediscovering hobbies, and investing in himself, gym, books, travel. He told me the biggest surprise wasn't the freedom, it was the happiness. No more modern dating problems, no more walking on eggshells, just peace. And guess what? He's not alone. Many men are quietly opting out, not because they're broken, but because they're awake. They've felt the cost of relationships for men and decided to invest in themselves instead. They're avoiding drama not out of fear, but out of wisdom. There's a growing realization that emotional freedom and clarity are worth more than validation from someone who barely knows you. And if this sounds familiar, wait till you hear what comes next. The high cost of commitment, emotionally and financially. Here's the truth nobody likes to say out loud. Commitment in the modern world often feels more like a contract than a connection. For many men, the idea of marriage isn't romantic, it's risky. One wrong move and you're looking at alimony, child support, or losing half of everything you built. And emotionally, constant conflict, walking on eggshells, or being criticized for not feeling enough. That's not a partnership, it's a pressure cooker. Let's look at Mark, a 42-year-old former sales executive. After a divorce that drained both his bank account and self-worth, he realized the freedom he once took for granted was priceless. Now he's debt-free, drama-free, and finally sleeping well. He lives a simple life, solo travels, cold plunges, meditation, and says he feels more alive than he ever did in his marriage. For him, men avoiding marriage isn't about fear. It's about freedom over relationships that suffocate instead of support. And that's the shift we're seeing. Men are starting to weigh the emotional cost of relationships for men against the benefits of solitude. They're not just choosing to stay single, they're choosing mental clarity, financial control, and peace of mind. The benefits of being single are no longer just theories, they're being lived out loud. But what happens when you start to enjoy your own company a little too much? Solitude isn't loneliness, it's power. There's a big myth floating around that if you're alone, you must be lonely. But solitude isn't a punishment. For many men today, it's a privilege. It's the space where creativity sparks, peace is preserved, and purpose is rediscovered. Men and solitude are becoming allies again, not enemies. No drama relationships start within, not with someone else. And when a man learns to enjoy his own company, that's when he stops chasing things that drain him. Think of Alex, a 29-year-old software engineer who lives alone in a small apartment by choice. He doesn't feel missing out. He feels dialed in. He wakes up at 5, hits the gym, codes all day, and plays guitar at night. He's built a life around growth instead of guilt. He calls it his peace bubble. And funny enough, people keep asking why he's so calm all the time. That's the power of the single man lifestyle. Quiet strength in a world full of noise. Solitude gives men something rare in today's fast-paced, emotionally chaotic world. Control. Control over time, thoughts, finances, and energy. It's where modern masculinity starts to evolve, not through rebellion, but through refinement. And once a man taps into that stillness, something shifts. He begins to question why he ever needed the chaos in the first place. But there's something deeper still to unpack, something that goes beyond just space and into identity. Redefining masculinity, from provider to peacekeeper. Traditional masculinity told men to be providers, protectors, problem solvers. But no one mentioned the burnout that came with it. Today's man isn't just questioning relationships, he's questioning his role in them. He's realizing that being strong doesn't always mean carrying everyone else's weight. Sometimes, strength means saying no to chaos, to expectations, and to roles that no longer serve his mental health. Take Brandon, a 38-year-old former corporate lawyer who stepped away from the grind. He traded in his suit for a surfboard, now runs a local co-op, and says he's never felt more like a man. For him, modern masculinity means emotional freedom, not just financial stability. He's one of many men opting out of dating and the hero complex that came with it. He's not trying to fix anyone. He's focused on fixing himself, and that's powerful. The real shift? Men are beginning to protect their peace instead of just their partners. They're setting boundaries, prioritizing their own happiness, and redefining what fulfillment looks like. It's not about being cold or bitter, it's about being wise. They've lived through relationship criticism, emotional manipulation, and burnout, and come out the other side with clarity. And once that clarity hits, there's only one thing left to do. Peace as the new priority. The rise of the quiet life. It used to be success meant the big house, the perfect wife, the constant hustle. Now more men are trading all that noise for something quieter and far more valuable, peace. They're realizing happiness isn't found in a ring or a high-stress relationship. It's in waking up without tension, living without debt, and building a life that feels good on the inside, not just looks good on the outside. That's the new freedom. Look at Devin, 46. Who owns a modest cabin near the mountains. No wife, no kids, no credit card debt. His life? Slow mornings, good books, hikes in nature, and a couple of close friends. He said, "I'm not lonely. I'm free." That's a line more and more men are repeating. This peaceful single life isn't about running away. It's about returning to yourself. And when you really get that, it changes everything. The happiness of single men isn't an accident. It's a byproduct of choosing alignment over obligation. They're not escaping relationships. They're avoiding drama and reclaiming their sanity. It's not flashy, but it's fulfilling. And the best part? They don't need approval. They're living proof that modern dating dynamics can be bypassed entirely, and life can still be rich. But what does all this mean for you? And what happens if you choose the same path? So now you've seen it. Men across the world are quietly choosing a different path. No drama, no wife, no debt. Not because they've given up, but because they've woken up. They've stopped chasing the illusion of happiness sold in dating apps and sitcom scripts. And instead, they've embraced the benefits of solitude, the power of emotional freedom, and the calm that comes from opting out of toxic relationships. Now the real question is, what about you? Are you living for peace or for approval? Are your relationships feeding you or draining you? And if they're draining you, how long will you keep paying the price? Because here's the truth. Freedom isn't found in someone else's arms. It starts the moment you choose you. Your happiness, your clarity, your life on your own terms. If this message hit home, even just a little, don't let it stop here. Subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and let's keep exploring this new path together. The world's changing and so are we. It's time to rewrite what it means to live well, and it starts with one choice: peace over pressure. Your next chapter is yours to write.